let's get ready together while I tell you some of the things that I did last year to make 2023 such a good year for me, and kind of habits that I'm going to be incorporating in 2024 to continue being happy, healthy, and embody that it girl energy. One of my biggest lessons for 2023 was to really keep quality over quantity when it comes to experiences, people, honestly, everything. In 2020, 2021, I was still a young little naive baby child, and I was so excited to go to all these new places, meet all these new people. I had the best intentions. I was like, oh my God, everyone is gonna be my best friend. Then I realized that not everybody has the same morals as me. Not everybody has the same habits as me. Not everybody acts the way that my friends do. Everybody is so different. I feel like I really learned the importance of not people pleasing and just like being surrounded by the people that you actually like, and just that big lesson that is a little bit redundant, but I feel like I really learned it. And it's just that it's not about if they like you, and it's about if you like them. I also do think that you can get a bad impression from someone, and just because you do, it doesn't mean that they can't change. I mean, if you catch someone on a wrong morning and they don't give you 100% attention, they might be going through their own thing. But I do think that energy doesn't lie, and if you get a vibe from someone, it's most likely correct, and you shouldn't ignore your gut feelings. Another thing I think I learned this year was that there is never going to be the right timing for literally anything, and you have to actually make the time. I went to Costa Rica this year, and that trip was so fun for me. I feel like I got so many lessons out of that in itself, and that wasn't necessarily something that I had like planned, but I made time for it, and it kind of became like the highlight of my year. Not only with that, but I would say my podcast too gives me that same vibe where I had wanted to start it for so long and I just kept putting it off. I kept putting it off, but it's like, if you want to make something happen, you actually have to do it, because, you know, we're getting older. Nobody's there to tell you to do something. Nobody's going to keep you accountable. If you want something, you actually have to do it. 2024 for me is the year of doing things. Stop talking about it. Stop telling people. Do it. This year, I also really prioritized my health, and I feel like it showed. I got a whole bunch of different gym memberships, and I tried different workouts. I tried ballet. I did a lot of Pilates. I did a lot of weightlifting, and I really realized that if you commit to it, it's actually quite easy to get your dream body. Okay, not actually, but I mean, like, I really wanted to like gain a lot of muscle in the summer, and that I did. And it really just took like a bit of dedication, which obviously if you're not in the workout mentality is a lot of effort. But like once you get into it and you commit to it, results come faster than you think they do. I want to continue 2024 on that note and just be in my active era, and not even just like going to the gym, but like walking more. That's a big thing for me this next year. I went on a walk this morning and I forgot why they were so good. Another random lesson from 2023 was to take better care of my hair. I want to continue doing that into 2024 because extensions low-key really damaged my hair. And I didn't realize how much healthy hair just really makes a difference in the way that you look. I mean, you just look healthier. Your hair looks so much shinier. Like, why was I okay with having dead hair for so long? I think another lesson from this year is to just not put effort into relationships and friendships that are not reciprocating that same energy. If something amazing happens to you, something great happens to you, things are happening in your life and they don't ask you anything about it, don't care to know, don't care to update or even congratulate you, friends from afar. Speaking of friends, I feel like, okay, I am with my friends all the time, so I feel like this advice isn't necessarily for me, but I'm giving it anyways just because I know that nowadays people are really struggling with making friends and just the feeling of loneliness and stuff. But find friends near you. Find friends with similar hobbies and integrate them into your life. Like, make it a ritual that like every Monday we go to this class, every Tuesday we do this thing, every Friday we do this thing, every day we go work out together. It really makes a difference when you can integrate friends into your life that like the same things as you, and you can almost keep yourself accountable. I had a little gym buddy this year and like a work buddy, and it made me so much more productive and actually get my butt in the gym because I had someone there with me kind of following along my journey and keeping me accountable. My next tip was to actually, if you can, I know this isn't for everybody, but start getting lash lifts because you don't need to use an eyelash curler, and it'll make your eyelashes grow so much since you're not constantly breaking them with that little like pinching tool, and they will actually just be thicker, longer. Like, they're gonna grow so much when you stop doing that. Another thing I want to do this year that I did last year is prioritize more experiences and like go to more concerts. I went to Faye Webster this year and Drake and Coachella, and I had the best time at all of them. I honestly wish I did more music festivals in the summer. I've been to Osheaga before and that was super fun. Also, just doing more hobbies. I feel like I really had my hobby girl spring, a hobby girl summer, and not only is this fun for you, you get to like learn new things, you get to spend more time by yourself that's like more meaningful, but you become a more interesting person. You do not want to be the person that somebody asks you what's new and you have nothing to say. I feel like you should always have like something that you're working on or something that you're actively getting better at. I'm running out of time. My hair right now. Bye guys.
My pretty girls are starting school, so you know I gotta give all the tips for what you need to stay away from, what you need to do, all that, because girl, high school was a trip. High school was a run for my life, for my money, for every damn thing you could think of. Sorry, that was dramatic. Starting off, girl, there's gonna be mean girls and there's gonna be mean boys, okay? They're gonna try to like get you upset. They're gonna try to do things to ruin your energy at school, and we're not gonna entertain that. We're gonna simply put a smile on, have a good day, I'ma do me. Literally do not let any drama, boys, mean girls affect you in your life in high school, because I promise you, who even are these people? Like, I literally look back to my high school and I'm like, why was I ever even like, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing for me to even have cared about that, because now I see myself and I know I wouldn't have never cared now. And I feel like that's not something you realize until after you're out. And that's why I'm here telling y'all. Next, girl, get close with them teachers. Okay? Get close with them. When I tell y'all, I literally was like this with all my teachers. Like, literally like this. And I would literally go hang out with them, like eat lunch with them sometimes when I wasn't eating my lunch in the bathroom. Because that's how my school was. I hated high school, okay? No, ma'am. But when you get close to those teachers and you build relationships with them, like, it'll help you out. Like, if you want a bad grade, your teacher will just a little one too. If you really tight with them and you actually talk to them. Like, in school, I really talked to like teachers more than I talked to like students, because I didn't have friends, but like the teachers knew that. So like, next, girl, stay clean at school. I don't care what you gotta do. There is nothing worse than sitting at school feeling sweaty, feeling dirty, feeling like you missed something. Like, why did I not put my deodorant on? Do I not smell good? Why do I feel gross? Literally make sure every day you leave the house, I don't care if you an hour late, make sure you put your deodorant on, your perfume, and you are smelling right, and your lips are not cracked. Because that's just going to defeat your whole confidence for the day. Like, you're not even going to want to go to school. You're not going to want to feel confident because you just feel bad. You know, you might not look bad, but you feel bad. But let me know if y'all want more. Love y'all.
If you're in year 7 or you're in year 8, then this video is for you. And if you're in any other year group, scroll down the playlist because there's a video for you, or just send it to your younger sibling. But hey girls, it's Girl Talk, the series where I act like a big sister for the girls that don't have one. These are a few things I wish I knew while I was in year 7. Let's go. First things first, I keep getting questions about this. What bag should you take to year 7? If you've really got a backpack looking like Dora the Explorer, looking like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, looking like the Hunchback of Notre Dame, bin that for year 8, please. We need to level up. It's handbag season. You guys have these fat, big bags on your back and you don't even have a pen. I don't get it. These huge backpacks are unnecessary for school. Just get a cute little handbag wherever you want to get it from, River Island. Get a bougie one if you want to, but you just need a cute little handbag for school. I feel like year 7 is one of those things where you just want to make as many friends as possible. That means join as many clubs as possible. If you like reading, join book club. If you like acting, join drama club. If you like sports, join the football team, join the netball team. Just join all of the clubs possible. This way you can make friends outside of your form. And my last little life hack is be on your best behavior. First impressions really do count. If or when you get in trouble when you're older, people remember how you were in year 7 and it will be able to help you out. First impressions really do count, so make sure you're a good youth in year 7.
Let's talk about 6 things you shouldn't do when trying to get the guy you like to become your boyfriend. Number 1, don't pretend to be someone that you're not. There is no point in trying to act like someone that you're not, because it's literally just not going to benefit you in any way. Pretty much 100% of the time, he's going to end up liking your actual raw personality better than whoever you're pretending to be. Let's say he does fall for the person that you're pretending to be. The truth is going to come out eventually, and then it's just like weird. Also, I'm late to the Say Sunglow, but I'm obsessed. Number 2, don't chase excessively. A lot of times, crushes are fun and intriguing because you're the one chasing that person. So in this case, if you want them to really like you, you can't be the one chasing them. When you guys are spending time together, make sure to be making it like a positive experience so he enjoys that time with you, but then leave it to him to chase. That goes into number 3, which is don't be overly available. If you're around 24/7, it doesn't give much mystery or appeal to you. So you need to kind of make sure you're busy once in a while and not always around so he wonders, oh, like, what's she doing? Number 4, don't talk badly about other girls. I don't care if you're in your insecure feels or if this girl actually sucks. Don't talk bad about any girls in front of him when you're trying to get him to like you because it just makes you look insecure and weird. Number 5, don't play hard to get. Even though I don't think you should be chasing him, I also don't think you should be playing the hard to get game because a lot of times that shows that you're playing games and it also sends mixed signals to the guy. And number 6, don't skip out on actual communication. A lot of times it can take a second for guys to like understand what's going on. So I've learned that sometimes it's best to just be straightforward with your feelings. Anyways, love you guys.
You have to do what you have to do to grow, and people who really love you and who really believe in you will understand. And it will be tough in the beginning, but they will understand, and they will just want you to be happy and want you to grow into the person that you need to be. And you can't carry, what do you call it, dead weight. You know what I mean? Like, you can't do that, because if you're being weighed down, how can you bring anybody else up? So you got to be good before anything.
Yeah. Let me be the big sister that I never had, and let me give you some advice on friendship. If you're in middle school or high school, I am so sorry for you right now, because I hate to say this, but this is like the worst time period for forming female friendships. At this point, everyone's just kind of figuring out who they are as a person, and they're not the best people. But here's some advice. If you are in a friendship trio, meaning you have 2 other friends plus you, let me tell you right now, that's not gonna work. My experience with this is that someone has always been left out. I've been the left out person, someone else has been left out. The trio thing never works, okay? And if it is working for you, maybe check up on your other 2 friends to make sure they're not feeling left out, because 9 times out of 10, someone is gonna get left out. The other thing is, if you have a friend that is constantly talking bad about other people that they're best friends with, and I'm not saying like gossip, we all gossip, okay? We all gossip, but there's a difference between talking about a situation and talking poorly about others, like Regina George type of situation, about their best friends. Because I can tell you right now, if they're talking so bad about all their best friends, they're going to talk bad about you. You are who you surround yourself with. So whoever your friends are, that's a direct reflection of you. So if you care what other people think of you and you don't have the best of friends, people are going to associate you with those people, and it's just going to be a thing. Another thing I know that can be really scary at this time is making new friends. Maybe you're starting a new middle school or a new high school, you just moved and you don't know how to make friends. The best way to make new friends is to do activities where you feel like you can meet new people. And if you don't feel like doing new activities, maybe like sports and other things are not your thing, slide in the DMs. That's what I would do to make new friends. I would literally slide in girls' DMs and be like, hey, you look so cute. Hey, you look so pretty. Let's hang out. Let's do this, you know? Because honestly, if a girl slid in my DMs and was like giving me a compliment and saying that she wanted to be my friend, I would say, yeah. And if she is mean about it, then obviously that's not a girl that you want to be friends with. But if you want any other advice on female friendships, just comment below and I can respond to you. Or if you don't feel comfortable doing that, you can DM me. I'm an open book, so I'll answer anything. Bye.
Here's some dating advice for girls that have never had a boyfriend. If you feel like you're gonna die alone and you'll never meet the one, here's something that might make you feel better. I didn't have a boyfriend in middle school. I didn't have a boyfriend in high school. I didn't even have a first kiss in middle school, high school. I didn't even hold a boy's hand. I didn't have my first boyfriend until I was 18, almost 19. I used to be so embarrassed about being single, and I would like want a boyfriend so bad, and I would have so many crushes, and I'd be like, oh my gosh, like I hope they like me, and then they end up asking somebody else out, and I'd be like, oh, and I'd feel so like just like defeated and sad and be like, oh, I'm gonna die alone, like nobody's ever gonna love me. I feel like that's very common when you're a teenager to feel like this, especially when like all of your friends are like dating, and it's kind of like a rite of passage because you're like, oh, okay, like when's it gonna happen for me? And then it never does. And then once I kind of just like gave up and I was like, whatever, I'm okay with being single, like I'm gonna go to college anyways, it doesn't even matter, like I just want to like, you know, really enjoy life with my friends and stuff like that and focus on that. That was when I had the most people ask me on dates and like confess their love to me. And even though growing up I didn't really get that attention until like I was like pretty much till I was like 17 is when people started asking me out, but I was able to tell them no and like turn them down. That kind of built my confidence up. So like sometimes it's good for you to like not just accept the first offer, like the first boy that ever asks you out. Like you don't have to be nice and just like go out with people just because they ask you. Like if you don't like them or you're not interested, just say no.
Same thing if you're dating somebody right now and like for some reason it's just not it, like you don't feel like this is like the one. They don't have to be like, you know, toxic or abusive or something for you to leave them. There doesn't have to be a reason for you guys to break up. The reason can be you just don't have chemistry. So the best advice that I could give you is to, one, don't stress about it, don't become desperate, and just like enjoy your singleness right now and your friends and focus on those relationships. And the more that you focus on yourself, the closer it'll bring you to the one. And if there's a boy that you really like and it just doesn't work out, like, yeah, it's okay, like, it hurts, but, like, you can just cross them off the list. They're not the one. You're one step closer to finding your soulmate.
You don't need to feel ashamed. You don't need to be embarrassed. Do not let who you used to be stop you from becoming who you want to be. I just want to preface this video by saying nobody comes out of their mom's vagina perfect. We actually have to mess up to turn into the women that we're meant to be. I come on here and I give you guys advice because I've been through the gutter. Almost everything I've ever spoken on, I've done the opposite at a point. And the whole reason why I'm even on here able to give you guys advice is because I've done it. I've been through hell and haywater in relationships. I haven't valued myself as much as I should at one point. I've done this, I've done that, I've done this, and I've done that. But because I've done it and I've gone through it, I could see the outcome and say, hey, this outcome isn't really good. Maybe I should try something else. So there is nothing to be ashamed about, because that's the whole point of being a human being. That's the whole point of living. To try things, see the outcomes, and adjust it as you move forward. So give yourself grace when it comes to not getting it right the first time, messing up, doing this, doing that, or doing something you're not proud of. Because that's the whole point of being a human being. You're never going to be the woman who you want to be if you don't go through phases and errors and trial and error. Nobody just comes out of their mom's vagina knowing everything there is to know and knowing exactly how to conduct themselves and knowing exactly how to act. Give yourself some grace. One of you guys actually DM'd me and you guys were like, oh, I just got out of a long-term relationship. And when I got out of my relationship, I basically had like a whole phase where I was sleeping around. Let me just be real first. Can we be real for a second? I don't know one person who's gotten out of a long-term relationship and that body count ain't increased just a little bit. Like, can we be real? Can we be for real? Oh, okay. I don't, like, you gotta be superwoman to get out of a long-term relationship and that body count don't increase just a little.
Listen, babe, I know you love that man, that you want to be with him, that you want to make this relationship work. And if you really do, I need you to listen up to me, because I'm going to tell you exactly how you're going to fix your relationship. Walk away. Walk away from the man. If he is for you, he will be back. And life will fix the things that were breaking you two apart. Let him work on himself and you work on yourself. I am living proof of this. I have been with my man for 7 years. We are now having 2 kids. But you know what? I had to leave his ass. I had to walk away, work on myself. Hell, I picked up my stuff and moved to a whole nother state. I got away from him because I knew that if I stayed around, I was going to keep going back and I didn't have the strength to walk away because I didn't have enough self-love. When life reunited us, that I had no idea what life had in store for us, he was the man that I prayed for, and I was the woman I prayed to be. Yes, it took a lot of self-courage to walk away because I love this man. I've been with him since I was young. I really wanted us to work, but things were not working. We were tearing each other apart. We were so toxic. So if you have any hope that your relationship can be fixed, you need to give each other space. And this might not be what you want to hear, babe, but I'm not here to tell you what you want to hear. I'm here to tell you the truth.
It's more to life than just moving around dating to get a couple dollars out of somebody or get a bag that you seen the next girl with that worked hard for it on Instagram. Before you go running behind and trying to find a man that got it, you should become that, because then you attract it. You know, and that's soft girl era for me. Not just somebody's taking care of you and you don't have to lift a finger. Like, I mean, that's cool too. But just having your own too, because if that's gone, it ain't no more soft girl, baby.
Let me give you guys a few random periods period tips that literally no one will ever tell you. Let me be your big sis for a second, or little sis. I don't judge. Some of these I didn't even learn until like later on. Like your mom's not going to tell you these things. These are things you're going to just pick up as you get older, as you get more experience, as you have more periods, as you bleed more. And if you don't like me talking about blood and coochie, get out of my class. You guys are just going to have to ignore my hair in this video. I don't know. But number one, you can in fact pass out from inserting a tampy. Speaking from experience. I wish someone would have told me that. That would have been nice. Because I hate the feeling of passing out. Story time. This actually happened to me not too long ago. I think I was like 18. This was a few years ago. I was at my cousin's pool party and I started my period. Mind you, before this, I had never tried a tampon in my life. I was scared of them. I was a pad girly all the way. I still am. This was my first and last time using a tampon. I really wanted to swim that day, so I go up to my cousin and I ask her for a tampon. Mind you, she's like 5 years younger than me. Like, I was humbled that day. But she gives me like the, you know, really small tampons, smallest tampons they probably sell. And I stuck that hoe up my coochie and I think my sister was there trying to help me insert it in the bathroom too, because that was like my first time, and she like saw me pass out. I think I only had it in like halfway, and I was just like, like literally passed out on the toilet with my sister in there. She was confused. I was confused. I thought I was dying, but I googled it later, and apparently that happens to some girls. Not all girls, but I'm never putting a tampon in my coochie. A man invented tampons, and I don't trust that. I don't know the scientific reason on why it makes girls pass out, but I went through that to be able to tell you guys that, so now you know. What's another weird unspoken one? Oh yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to explain this right. Okay, so you guys know when you take a shower and your period stops in the water because water stops the flow, you know? But girl, if you don't have things prepared for when you get out, your whole bathroom will look like you unalived someone, you know what I mean? A lot of y'all might already know this, but have your tampon, have your pad ready to go right outside of your shower, like on your toilet or whatever. Have your pad like on your underwear already, like, you know, nicely prepared. You're not gonna want to put your underwear or your pad on yourself when you're like sopping wet, you know? So this is something that I kind of taught myself, like right when you get out, like try to dry like around the area, like your inner thighs, your ass, like, you know what I mean, with a towel. Try not to get your coochie because your towel will be stained. But anyway, take some toilet paper and then like wipe yourself like you're like after you went pee or something, so like the water gets off of like your coochie, so you can put a pad on your dry body. You know what I mean? I don't know. Basically, right after the shower, make sure you dry off your cooter with toilet paper. You don't want to put a pad on your wet cooter. But yeah, that's it for today. I really hope this helps someone, and let me know what kind of other girly tips videos I should do. I love you guys. Bye.
Let me be the big sister that I never had, and let me answer some common things I've been getting asked in my DMs from you guys. First of all, I'm so happy you guys feel so comfortable enough to come to me and ask me things. I absolutely love it. A lot of the times people are asking me about like developing here and being insecure that a lot of their friends have started wearing bras or getting boobs and they are not. Let me give you a different perspective on this, because I actually was one of the girls who was the first one in my grade to get boobs and start wearing a bra. I started wearing a bra in 3rd grade. I'm not even saying that to like flex or be like I'm saying that because I truly wished I didn't have them. I was so insecure. I would come home from school and tell my mom I wish I didn't have boobs. I would wear sports bras to make myself look as flat as possible so I could look like the other girls. And it's probably hard to fathom that, but I always tell myself everybody wants what they can't have. I couldn't have a flat chest, and you are upset because you can't have big boobs, but your time to have big boobs will come, and if it doesn't come, you get like A cup, B cup boobs. That's fine. And I understand it's really hard to understand that right now because all your friends are probably like wearing push-up bras and boys you feel like them better, but trust me, the time for that will come. Another thing I have also been getting asked about a lot in the same realm of that is that people are insecure that they haven't gotten their period yet, or like when should they go to the doctor. I'm not a doctor, so like I don't want to give medical advice. If you feel like something is wrong, please tell your mom, please go to the doctor. But I will say that there is a wide range for you to get your period. I started my period at 10, but I do know of girls who started their period at 9, and I also know of girls who didn't get their period till 16. Another thing I've been getting asked a lot about is tampons still. I know tampons are so scary. I know it's so hard to figure it out. I've made 2 videos on tampons already. They're in this playlist, so if you want to check those out, you can. But I will say a lot of it is mental, okay? Let me tell you, there's way bigger things that are supposed to go in and out of that place. So if you're telling yourself the tampon won't fit, yes, it will. Trust me. I'm not gonna like do a whole anatomy lesson right now, but there's 2 holes, one of which is the only one that it will fit in. It's pretty big. So if you want to get a mirror and look down there, or go on Google and Google an image of what it's supposed to look like, you'll be able to see. Also, if you want to use a mirror while you're trying to put a tampon in to see where it's going to help you, that might be a better option for you than just like doing it blind. If you have any more questions or want me to touch on any more subjects, you can comment or you can DM me. If you don't feel comfortable commenting, I'm an open book. I'll answer anything. Bye.
This is how you stop seeking male validation. For the longest time, I tied so much of my self-worth to what men thought of me, if they thought I was attractive. I'm not proud to admit this, but that meant that I did view other women as a competition. I can confidently say that was purely because of my own insecurities. I was jealous and I was a hater, which is really hard for me to think about now because my mindset has just changed so much. Granted, I was also a lot younger, but what helped me to stop seek male validation was remembering that I may not be one guy's type, but that does not mean that I am not some other guy's dream girl. The thing that helped me the most with gaining a lot of confidence was changing my own vocabulary towards myself. That meant no self-deprecating language. I didn't say anything about myself that I wouldn't tell one of my friends. And as I was doing that, I realized that when you love yourself, you are not leveling down for a man that is low quality. I no longer needed a guy to say that I was attractive because I already knew I was attractive. That also meant that I stopped pitting myself against women. I stopped looking at them and saying, what does she have that I don't? If I like a guy and he likes a girl that looks completely different than me, there's nothing wrong with me. She's a baddie, I'm a baddie. We can both coexist as baddies with different shapes, sizes, looks, appearances, whatever. And it honestly changed my mental health so much. I'm so grateful that I'm in a place where I can realize that men's opinion of me is worthless.
If your partner wants to cheat on you, let them. If they want to leave you, let them. If they want to get back with their ex, help them out the door. I'm telling you, that was one of the hardest things I've had to learn in this lifetime so far, but it has become one of the most important. You can't change somebody's behavior, but you can delay it. If you keep having to corral your partner into following your boundaries or keeping them around, you're just delaying the inevitable. I pray that if a man is going to cheat on me or leave me or any of the above, that he does it early on before, God forbid, we have 5 kids and are married. Let them cheat on you. And then walk away with the rest of your life. Then you'll have way more time to find the person you were actually meant to be with in the first place.
Everybody wants you to be confident until you're actually confident. Everyone wants you to love yourself until you actually love yourself. They want you to put yourself first until you actually put yourself first. So choose the people around you wisely, because some people might be good friends when you're miserable. Probably not as good when you're doing good in life.